For all those who have always wanted to dress up your tables in fancy quilted covers, this video is for you. In this video, you will learn to make not just any tablecloth, but a quilted one. It's like the beginner's guide to quilting, so jump right in. For this project, you will need a 39 by 39 inch piece of printed fabric, the same size of quilting or wadding fabric, a 44 by 44 inch piece of base fabric for binding, a measuring scale, a pair of scissors, thread, quilting pins, a rotary cutter, rotary cutting mat, and an iron. Begin by ironing the printed fabric to remove creases. Place the printed fabric over the wadding fabric. Use the pins to pin them together at regular intervals, like this. Now set your machine. Choose stitch number 21 under mode 3. See how I'm doing it here. Select mode 3 for decorative stitches. And then press 2 followed by 1 for 21. Change the presser foot by replacing the normal presser foot with the F2 foot. This foot comes with your Usha Dreammaker 120 sewing machine. Take the pinned fabric to the sewing machine and stitch along the printed lines of the fabric. If your fabric doesn't have any printed lines, feel free to draw your own straight, parallel lines across the fabric. Start with stitching the fabric and wadding layers along the first line. Of course, do remember to remove the pins as you sew along, unless they are not interfering with the lines you are sewing on. Continue sewing till you have a series of stitch lines running both ways across the fabric, forming multiple squares. Now it is binding time. Place the sewn fabric over the base fabric and center it, ensuring that there is enough base fabric for binding. That's about 1 1/4 inch on each side. Trim the extra thread along the fabric edge. Fold the edge of the binding fabric into half and fold again, as shown in the video. Use beaded pins to hold these folds in place. If the binding fabric edge is a little big, cut the extra fabric with the rotary cutter. Similarly, fold and pin all the sides. Make sure all the folds are of equal size. Putting all the pins in the same direction will help you to remove them smoothly while you are sewing later. Fold the edges, making them neat and pointy. Adjust the fabric as shown to keep them tidy. Time to get sewing again. We will be using straight stitches for binding. Select 01 for straight stitch and change the presser foot to A. Lower the speed and begin sewing. Increase the speed as you sew. Remember to remove the pins as you sew. If you encounter any crease, straighten it after removing the pin and continue sewing. Turn the corner and continue sewing the other sides. Ensure that the needle point is in the fabric when you turn the fabric around the corners. After all the sides are stitched, stitch and secure all the corners as shown in the video. Remember, the key to a professional looking tablecloth is to give the edges a clean finish. This is your tablecloth cum quilting project rolled into one. So no more nightmares about spending hours and hours and not finding the right size of print or color. Just whip out your creativity along with your Usha Janome sewing machines and the raw material you need, and then there is no stopping.